My name is Justin Wolf, Executive Vice President here at Systecon North America, and today I'll be providing a quick introduction to Systecon, where I'll describe our company's capabilities, tools, users of the software, and ways in which the software is used by our customers to optimize outcomes and provide cost-effective capability to their various system users. This webinar will be the first in a many-part series that will provide information, helpful tricks, tips, and modeling methods, as well as short how-to guides concerning frequently asked questions that come up from our vast user community. Systecon has been in business for over 40 years. We have significant experience in many CapEx industries, including aerospace and defense, rail, wind power, mining, oil and gas, and other types of power generation activities. That said, about 60% of our business is defense. We provide services and capabilities in three specific areas. The first is consultancy. Again, for over 40 years, we've been working directly with our customers to help them solve some of the most complex problems in the world. The second is actually selling software to our customers that they use organically to solve their own problems. This software is principally designed for optimization, modeling and simulation, and cost analysis, and operations and logistics support. We provide this software for lifecycle management across the lifecycle, but it covers many different areas, and we'll talk about some of those here in a little bit. But primarily, we're focused on readiness-based sparing, demand planning, and mission analysis at all levels, any indenture, any number of sites, any number of parts, managing everything from piece parts up through entire fleets of systems. And lastly, we provide education. This could include how to use the software, both at a basic and an advanced level, but also various types of functional areas such as lifecycle management, reliability engineering, spares planning, etc. So let's talk a little bit more about the software itself. Again, our software is primarily designed for strategic analysis and decision support in systems logistics. Our primary software is Opus Suite. Opus Suite consists of three modules. Opus 10, which is a supportability optimization tool that will help us understand what the best way to repair a system is, the optimal set of spares and location of those spares, and various types of supply solutions. This software has been around in one form or another since the mid-1970s. We've been the market leader in spares optimization, parts planning, level and location of repair analysis, and various other types of systems optimization tasks. The second part of the software is Symlox. This is advanced discrete event simulation software that allows us to dig into more detail, understand how capabilities vary over time, understand how our resource utilization varies over time, and also do some very detailed dynamic scenario assessment. Again, what's great about this is we blend both mathematical optimization as well as discrete event simulation. Both of these come together to allow us to understand both the cost and revenue associated with a particular type of system. Also allows us to build detailed lifecycle cost estimates, do budgeting and forecasting, and understand the various cost drivers inside of our system. Okay, so we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the software and some of the ways in which people can use it. But first, let's talk about who's using it. Again, I've mentioned that for more than 40 years, we've been providing this software to our various customers. And year over year, we've provided an updated release of the software to those support-paying customers so they continue to take advantage of the latest and greatest in modeling and simulation algorithms, computational developments, and our own capabilities as a company to continue to advance this field and body of knowledge for these customers. As you can see here, from a governmental perspective, we're the who's who across the various defense organizations. Most of NATO, Brazil, Australia, Southeast Asia, and the United States DoD use the software. And we're not talking about 1 or 2 users in each one of these countries. In Australia, the software is de facto required, same in the UK, and here, most recently, we've had great success with the US Navy, both within NAVSEA and NAVAIR, where they've purchased enterprise licenses of the software for use across all of their programs. With the many governmental organizations requiring or nearly requiring the use of the software, defense industry has come around as well. As you can see, there's a pretty broad user base across the world. Companies like Oshkosh Defense on the vehicle side, various aircraft companies like Lockheed Martin, Airbus, BAE, and some mid-sized or smaller companies also use the software as well. It's not just the big guys. So let's talk a little bit more and dig into some of the software capabilities. Basically, the overarching concept behind OpaSuite and its continued development is giving control of complex program decisions, return on investment analyses, and allowing for the study of realistic cost and performance, and then optimizing these things so that we get the kind of outcomes that we need, giving this control back to senior decision makers to lower costs and optimize readiness. Let's be quite frank, defensible modeling and simulation solutions are really quite necessary in today's resource-constrained environment, and we're providing senior decision makers with these types of analyses, trade studies, and showing them where they can get the most bang for their buck across their enterprise in various program areas, including supply chain analyses, where we allow for the modeling of reality. There's no limits to the level of indenture. There's no limits to the asymmetry within our support organization. There's no limit to the number of parts that we can analyze. On the F-35 program, for example, we're modeling the entire enterprise. Every single part, every single tail between now and the planned retirement of the system. We also allow for a detailed study of maintenance analyses, so you can understand where the optimal level and location of repair analysis or level and location of repair is, and use that analysis to inform your maintenance organization and dimension your support organization appropriately. We also allow for a whole array of supportability optimization studies to include spares and manpower. Of course, all of these are readiness and availability driven. A little bit of a twist on the typical readiness or readiness-based sparing study is also allowing for support for really detailed reliability and maintainability programs. These might include RBDs, and we allow for the modeling of RBDs inside of our software so you can understand how your redundancy, maybe your RCM program, maybe your reliability growth plan, how those will impact your sparing over time, your readiness over time, and your overall platform capability over time. As I mentioned, these are time-based studies. As we phase in systems, maybe you have life-limited parts or other types of changes over time, OpaSuite allows you to model, simulate, and optimize any particular aspect of your program. Of course, as we create these various performance studies and understand how our systems are going to perform, we need to perform some total ownership cost analyses, optimize those costs over time, plan our budgets, and then track those dollars as they're spent to ensure that we're modeling things accurately. And of course, to do that, we need to integrate with other tools. We're talking about really vast quantities of data here. They might exist in multiple databases. And instead of requiring our users to fat finger all the data in, we have a really well-defined API and really well-defined capability that allows our analysts to integrate with any external data source, aggregate multiple databases, and do so in an automated way, which allows the user to spend more time actually modeling and generating conclusions rather than trying to transform data, hand jamming information, and fat fingering a lot of data in, which in a typical tool may take the vast majority of that analyst's time. So thanks for joining. Again, this will be just the first in a many-part series that we'll be posting here and sharing with everybody. If you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, please feel free to email optimize@systecon.us. And if you have anything that you'd like to see as part of an upcoming webinar, please also feel free to email. Again, the email is here on the page, optimize@systecon.us. Thanks for joining.